Check. Judah awoke. Check. Welcome back. It's been about a week. Man, what a great week, man. The last interview with Asir was excellent. But now we back on that news tip. And I would like to thank Kamiko for filming this live footage of Royal Oak Police. A man was walking to meet his girlfriend for lunch in Royal Oak, Michigan. We need to let this go live too, people. Let this go live, please. Share this video because we need this to go national. This is a Michigan thing. We don't need these stories to be just staying in Michigan and shit, and just we need this to go national or global. So please share my video, subscribe, hit the like button because this needs to be national. Now it was a guy, black male, younger guy walking down the street in Royal Oak, Michigan, and a white lady said he looked at her suspiciously. So she called the cops on him, and he was walking to go meet his girlfriend for lunch. And so the cops rolled up, harassing him. Let's take this footage in right now. Let's look at this footage.
Hello, this is Kamiko, and I am in Royal Oak, Michigan. I was going to the CVS over here when this young man is stopped because a Caucasian lady said that he looked at her suspiciously, and he has been pulled over walking to go to eat by 2 police officers for suspicion of being black and looking at the Caucasian woman. He'd been stopped for looking at the Caucasian woman in Royal Oak, Michigan. They got him surrounded. So I'm not gonna leave the brother out here.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. By the way, I'm sorry for wasting you guys' time. Maybe I can get a bill out of you guys. What time do you guys close? 9 o'clock.
He tried to get something to eat.
He explained the situation. I understand.
And the lady is over there in her car, in the white car, with her window rolled down. She said the brother looked suspicious, and she called the police on him. And they got him surrounded. So we called for a supervisor of Royal Oak.
Don't like him whatsoever. He's saying do talk to that. So, he got to show off. This is what we're doing.
Terrible.
I was looking at her while I was trying to park. This would not be happening.
Somebody called about you.
No, I know that, but like to keep him
I think you're inferring a lot.
I'm not even
How do we
close
know
to her.
that? How do we know until we find out and talk to her?
Well, and
Black in America, Royal Oak, Michigan.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm just trying to figure out, what time I can make it, why.
Are you charging her?
No, I'm just, because he, well, the reason is because he said,
Let me get close.
whatever, but she called and said, hey, there's a guy staring at me. I'm threatened. I'm scared. And
Black in America, Royal Oak, Michigan.
I'm walking to the restaurant, something like he pulls up, stops me, and says, "Oh, investigate some kind of suspicious."
You look suspicious.
A white lady. I guess what makes it so worse. I'm pretty sure if she would have did the same thing, he would have right now. He would have let her go. He would have let her go too.
They pulled up on 20-year-old.
Even though I don't, she doesn't even know me, but she's still out here standing with her.
This is the restaurant owner. She is not leaving his side.
So if someone calls about someone, we're not supposed to respond?
No, you are, but not the way you are, because even while, if you're investigating the crime, and as you pull up and you see, I'm not a threat to her, I'm not even close to her.
How do we know until we find out and talk to her?
Well, this is the thing. When he was pulling up, well, wait, let me finish. While he's pulling up, I'm walking in. I'm right here. So I'm not even close to her. So once you even see that, ma'am, I don't think he's even paying any attention.
Apparently he's really just walking
I'm gonna go over here and get this lady on camera.
Once he exits, I told him I'm parking my car. I'm getting out. I'm going to go get my free to go. Talking about, oh, you're
They pulled up on the brother in Royal Oak, Michigan, because the Caucasian lady done called the police on him. After he just walking down the street to meet his girlfriend at a restaurant. This is the restaurant owner. He's free to go. Woohoo! He's free.
Notice how they're trying to check the off-code white woman for helping the black man, like even vouching for him. Like, ma'am, hold up. Watch how they trying to check her.
Restaurant owner.
Check out. If he's not being compliant, we still want to find out who the heck you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? If someone calls.
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
But, you gotta understand. Okay, that's fine. You can come. What you mean you get bad numbers? Like, what's up? Because he's a black guy.
I don't know. Hold on, wait, this all right.
The lady over there in that car she called, who's sitting over there hiding?
Hey, you guys,
This is awful.
I don't want.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, that's about it. Thank you, Kamiko, for being on code with black folks. That's how we're supposed to do it. Whenever you see some action down, get to recording, getting outing people. Royal Oak been using racist tactics. It's time for them to get outed too. And like I said, they tried to check the white restaurant owner for even trying to vouch and save this black man. Who are you to sit there and vouch for this black man? We supposed to be harassing this man right now, pinning them down for walking in our town. Hell with Royal Oak, Michigan. We need this to go global. Please share. Please hit the like button. Subscribe. Do whatever. With these stories that's in our communities, we need to let these go global. They need to go national. Hell with just keeping these stories within Detroit, within Michigan. Spread them all over. Show their true identity. Next thing, we got a next story that's coming up. We got a not a Royal Oak here. I'm just hype about Royal Oak because they've been racist. And anyway, we got a Louisville, Kentucky man that hit a little black girl on the head. Now notice on the news how they don't even show the victim's family or anything. Right here, this little punk. Right here, Kane Madden. Look at him. Let's look at him real good. Hold on, right here. Let's get a look at this man, this clown. Let's roll the story. Hold up, let me give you a little brief. He hit a little 8-year-old on the head with a shovel, knocked her out, took her iPad, raped her, and let's roll the story. I can't even talk. Let's roll the story.
Madden Saturday morning. Officer Gaylord tells us more on this story.
It's the talk of the neighborhood that has parents on Hale Avenue in disbelief.
It's very disgusting. I can't stomach it. I can't at all.
Police say an 8-year-old girl was hit in the head with a shovel, robbed of her iPad, and raped Friday evening. Police later arrested 29-year-old Kane Madden Saturday.
Look at this madman. He should be getting life for this shit. Hitting people on the head, little girls on the head with a shovel, knocking them out, raping them. That should be carried 50 years. Look at this little bitch.
Morning.
As a father, and a grandfather, me myself, I'm sure, other people probably feel the same way. I would have rather found him before the police found him.
Derek King says he and others in the area are on high alert.
Kids can't even come out and play now, these days, because of things like that.
According to a 2017 arrest report, Madden was at the center of a sexual assault investigation. Documents state he bit a large chunk of the victim's face off right under her left eye. A judge dismissed that case, saying Madden wasn't
Look at this animal. This is a real animal right here. Let's zoom in on him. This is a real animal. Look at his eyes. Come on, family. Kane Madden. This right here, this is a true animal. Right here. Biting victims' face off, chunks of it. This man is a cannibal.
To stand trial. Now, 2 years later, police say he victimized an 8-year-old girl.
He basically just destroyed that little girl's mentality about life and just changed her whole perspective about how things go.
As the little girl is... Hovering from the skull fracture, cuts and bruises, King wants justice to be served.
This is sickening. Let's get rid of that. Like I said, these people's out here nutting up. And they not gonna plaster this all over the news on CNN. This should be a national crisis right there. A story coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, with a man hitting an 8-year-old on the head with a shovel, raping her and taking her iPad. Come on, family. If this was a little white girl, this would be plastered everywhere if a black man would have did something like this. Come on. I'm not being racist or nothing. I'm just judging from the visual. Judging from what we see. Like I said, that shit, this is right here is pure garbage. And a person like that needs to be beat in jail and thrown under it. Yet and still, he be probably given 5 years, 4 years, and get out on 2. Guaranteed. And I'm going to try to follow this story. Next, we got a Cleveland deputy. These stories, y'all, is just sickening. You know. We got 2 Cleveland deputies or cops. Had a woman, a black woman, taped and handcuffed to a chair and beating her. Let's see how they roll her in. This is no video to this, so might be a little disturbing, but let's roll it. They wheeling her in. As you see, we're gonna skip. You get the cop right there standing over, you know. This could be this can be any of your family. This can be a mental person that needs help. And you got these race soldiers. Look at them. Look at them. And these are disgusting punks. You know, I can't see how this can be gruesome. This is 2 cops, you two. Knocked her out. Disgusting. Like I said, these race soldiers would do anything to bring us down. They'll try anything. They can't wait to get us in these prisons and jail so they can beat us, rape us, sodomize us, kill us, organ traffic. All kind of stuff is going on, people. Even on the street. If they choking people out on the streets on camera, imagine what's going on in these prisons. And now some people sit back and say, well, some of them people, you know, most of them, they deserve it. Yeah, right. Most of this is set up. The system is set up for you to get caught like that. For you to take L's out here. Sabotaging. They sabotaging people. All kind of tactics is going on here. Next, we got a former NBA star in the courtroom, Sebastian Telfair. Let's look at Sebastian. You know, this is, I'm quite sure y'all remember Sebastian Telfair. You know, right here, played basketball, numerous NBA teams. You know, as we see, you know, he was a beast. But I couldn't believe this story right here, man. The man used to have his own shoes. You know what I'm saying? Look at him here with LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? On the cover of Slam. You know what I'm saying? The True Takeover. Man, this man was on numerous covers, man, you know. But Sebastian got caught up in gun charges, you know. And had a meltdown in court. And I'm looking at this like, wow, man. This I used to watch this guy, you know what I'm saying? Sebastian Telfair, man. And this was one of the coldest guards out there back in the day. But we're going to roll it. This is him in court having a meltdown. Let's roll it.
I
played the video of recording of y'all hearing that she lied on me. And she said, I lied, Sebastian. I told my lawyer. He knows I lied. I'm going to call him to see what I can do. And y'all still let her come up there and tell the jury she seen me with a gun. And they hand y'all a book just like this of her medical files. You know, people like just throw that out sometimes. Oh, this one's crazy. This one's crazy. No, that girl's crazy. Medical, and I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect her because I know people got mental problems, but she has mental problems. They hand y'all a book like this of her medical.
The second department at 45 Monroe Place, Brooklyn, New York, and request that counsel to be assigned to you for the purpose of public.
Beautiful. So I took the $50,000 out of my pocket and did it that summer. And now they doing the part. If I didn't do that, now this summer they on the new part. Right there. Right there, they closed the park. One of the parks we did because they about to do the whole thing over. Now the old park is there. We did a lot in society. Nah, Sylvia, don't put me in jail for nothing, lie. And I got them guns from dumb. Yeah, you walk into the place, got federal badge and all that. That's just from numb. I did everything I'm supposed to do. Al proved why I'm in New York. My wife and them driving me crazy.
I'll have them taken from inmate funds. DNA will have to be taken. So
they know why I'm in New York. Where's that woman to go? My family here. Where's that woman to go? My family here, sir. I lived it and I had a ticket. I'm gone. I don't go to no club, never in New York. They told me I was there 15 minutes. They said I don't see them. So I do what you gotta do.
Violation of the Gun Registry Act shall be a misdemeanor, punishable by a fine.
I love you, Ma. I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all gonna watch it be live. Yeah, no reason to bring out that car and go there. They profiled me nice and early. Al, he lies on me, Al. I know you can see that, Al. You keep saying that as if you not see that he lied. I'm being convicted on perjury. I'm being convicted on perjury. That's what the headline got to be. Sebastian himself be convicted on perjury. Convicted on perjury. It showed up that, you know, they take that shit out of his pocket. Your Honor, they're going to show you the video. I know it's too late, but I swear he took it out of his pocket. Nobody was smoking right there. We have it. We really have it in the pocket. And when you see him, look, when you see a boy going, he got his hand like this. We never figure out what was it. It's the roach of weed that he brought the nobody was smoking, Your Honor. I've been a good person. I've been stand up. I try to take care of my babies, man. I got my babies out here, man. Your Honor, I tried to do everything. But
And that's how they haul you off. You know what I'm saying? But that's sad. Sebastian Telfair, man. You know what I'm saying? Gun charges. You know what I'm saying? And wow, like that was a deep story right there. Cause you know what I'm saying? I had watched that dude play ball. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the best. And for him to go out like that, man, you know what I'm saying? That's some effed up stuff, yo. But like I said, that's another true news. You know what I'm saying? Truth Talk Nation. Like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video. Cause like I said, the nation needs to see this. The world needs to see this. I mean, some of these stories I kept within states, and people, you know what I'm saying, don't be hearing about all these stories, and you know what I'm saying. So I like to pull all these rare stories out. If you haven't heard of them, you know what I'm saying, show y'all the truth news to this. So this is Judah Woke Ace, and I'd like to leave y'all with Dr. Cress Wilson.
It said that racism, and when we talk about racism, we're talking about the white supremacy behavior of white people. That racism was the #1 mental health problem in the nation, and it was the #1 cause of other mental health problems. And I wanted to understand what this thing of racism really is all about, because it's the thing that has caused woe and misery and suffering for the vast majority of the people on this planet that are classified as non-white. And in my attempt to understand why the necessity of white people to keep saying that white is superior and that the condition of non-white is inferior, and the more I thought about it, in conjunction with an idea that a friend of mine had, that racism was a worldwide behavioral system for the maintenance of white supremacy by a small minority of people. I put those ideas together with what we know about genetics, what we know about the condition of skin whiteness itself. The condition of skin whiteness is the genetic inability to produce skin pigment called melanin. This is a genetic recessive trait. It is a genetic deficiency state, not as defined by Francis Welsing, but defined by geneticists and dermatologists, that the inability to produce the skin pigment of melanin or melanin pigment is described as albinism. And I think that white people, even though most white people are not consciously understanding their problem in genetics, they are certainly aware that they are genetically dominated by people of color. That's why it was a statement, one drop of black blood makes you black, because people of color have the genetic capacity to annihilate white people. And so unless white people control the reproductivity of people of color, then we can postulate that perhaps one day there won't be any white people. And I think that the very survival of white people necessitates that they project genetic inferiority on people of color, because it is they who really are aware that they are genetic recessive and perhaps genetically inferior to people of color. And I am not saying this to call the condition of skin whiteness to say, well, no, white people are inferior. I'm not saying it for that purpose, but I think that it is of prime importance for the majority of people in the world to understand why it is that white people have to, the effective majority, large numbers of white people, have to move in a hostile, in an aggressive way against people of color, and have to constantly focus on it's you who's genetically inferior, because they realize that there's something wrong with their genetic status. Now,
wow. And so like I said, this is Judo Case, Truth Talk Nation. It's another True News. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video. I'll see you next time.